So our next problem is sum of numbers in a given range. Now in the previous problem, that is sum of first and natural numbers, we had two solutions. First one was a better solution and second one was more optimized. And in this problem also we will going to see both of them. But before that, let's kick this title out and try to look at the first solution. So in the given range, what do you conclude from it? So we have some number A, that is starting number, and we have some number B, that is ending number, and let's say this number is 5, this number is 10, and we will need to calculate all the that is sum of all the numbers that is included between this A and B, that is 5 and 10. So these two numbers are also included. So what we will need to do, so S equal to 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 10. So these A and B will be included and we will need to calculate this summation. Now in the previous problem, what we used to do, the starting number was always 1, that is sum of first and natural numbers, and we had some number n, that is ending number. So for starting from 1, we used to do calculations up to 15. Now the starting number is changed. So let's try to write the pseudocode from it. Now let's say we have two numbers, A equal to 5 and B equal to 10. Now what we will need to do, we will need to, let's say sum equal to 0. So this is the initial value of a sum, and for the first time we will apply a loop here. So for int I equal to, remember in the previous problem, we started from 1. Now we will need to start from A, that is, this is our starting number, right? Then we will need to go up to the 10, and this is inclusive, so that's why I added less than equal to, okay? And similar I plus plus is the incremental operator, okay? And we will need to do sum equal to sum plus I, and this is how and at the same time at the last we can print the sum, and we will get our output. This is the better solution, and it will take time complexity of big O of n. The previous problem was taking big O of n times, and we will need to reduce this time to big O of 1 so that our solution will be more optimized. Okay, now how can we do this? Remember, I told about arithmetic progression, and we had some formula to calculate a summation of any number series, that is sum of n equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. Remember? Now what we have here, so let's say our starting number is 5, last number, that is ending number, is 10. Okay, so we have starting number, we have ending number, and we know that the difference is 1. It will start from 5 and it will go up to 10, incrementing 1 by 1. Okay, so what about n? So n is, let's say we have number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. How many numbers are there? These are total 6 numbers. So how we can calculate this? So b minus a plus 1, sum equal to n by 2, n is 6, 6 by 2, 2a, a is 5, the starting number is 5, plus n minus 1, n is again 6 minus 1 into d, difference is 1, okay? So 6 by 2 is 3, 5 2s are 10, plus 6 minus 1 is 5, and 5 into 1 is 5. So 10 plus 5 is 15, and 15 3s are 45. So our final answer is 45. We have two numbers, right, in a given range, that is a equal to let's say 10 and b equal to 17. Okay, and what we will need to do, we will need to calculate the n first. So n will be b minus a plus 1. Okay, so because the last number is also included, that's why we will need to add the plus 1. Okay, now we will just need to calculate this. So sum will be equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d, that is n into, we will have this bracket, that is, let's add one bracket here. So this bracket will be 2a, that is 2 into a plus one bracket n minus 1 into the difference. This bracket will complete, and after this bracket we can simply divide it by 2. Okay, and this is how we will get the answer, and at last we can simply print the summation. Okay, now let's code this sum of numbers in a given range. So basically two numbers will be given to us, right? A and B, that is starting number and last number. Okay, now I have defined this integer variables, let's say a and b, and I am taking the input from the user. Okay, and let's say this is our sum variable. So first approach was very simple. It was a modification of sum of first and natural numbers. So in first and natural numbers we were starting from 1, okay, and here we will start from the a value, that is the starting value that we have. So what I did here, we will start from a here, so integer I equal to a, so we will start from a and we will go up to b, okay, and then we will have sum equal to, that is sum plus I. This is actually same as sum equal to sum plus I have told you multiple times, right? So let me delete this. At last, after all executions or all iterations will be done, we will get our sum value. So sum of numbers in a given range a and b is sum. Okay, now let's create a problem here in the CPHs and try to execute the following problem. So let's say we have 1 and 5. If you try to execute it, so the sum of numbers from a given range 1 and 5 is 15. Okay, let's give 2 and 5. So 2 and 5 should be what? 15 minus 1, that is 14. Okay, so if we give 2 numbers, it should be 14. Okay, and let's say if we give 3 numbers, so 14 minus 2, what? It will be 12. So this is perfectly working. Okay, now let's understand second approach. So second approach was actually using the formula. So sum of the number series was actually n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d, where a was the starting number and d was the difference. Okay, and n was the total number of elements. So here we will calculate total number of elements by using b minus a plus 1. The reason why we are adding 1, because both the numbers are included, both the numbers are inclusive. Okay, and we want total numbers, that's why I have added 1. Okay, now we will calculate sum. So sum was what? N by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. So n by 2 we have already covered it, n into 2a plus n minus 1d. So here a was actually a here, okay, and I have added n minus 1 into a. Difference was what? See, each numbers were increasing by 1, that's why I have added difference as 1. Okay, so if you try to execute this problem by the same test case that we have, it will going to give the same result, that is 12. And if you give something like 1 and 5, it will going to give the 15 as an answer. So this is perfectly fine. Now it's your time to do the code. Thanks for watching.